What is happening, beautiful people? Sasrikal namaste this long. If you're watching this video for the very first time, welcome. My name is Aman. Today, guys, I'm going to show you how to basically case this window with box, all the trim, everything in one piece, with the bottom sill and the sides and everything. This is how I typically like doing this because I find it by doing it one piece at a time, put the side up and the top, it just doesn't work for me when I do it in the box. And you'll see why at the end when I actually get this done. That is so much easier. So just to let you guys know, this material here, this window was framed in 5/8 inch thick material. So I went to Home Depot, I picked up some boards, which were the same thickness, 1x8s, because I'm gonna have to rip them down and then basically glue and nail them all together, put the trim on it, casing, and I'll put it in. So let's get started. The first thing we gotta do is obviously get some measurements. I'm gonna build this exactly the way this is piece on the bottom, piece on the top, and the sides are gonna butt up against it. So just to go from inside, what do I have here? I've got 33 and a big 5/8. So that's on the bottom here. I'm just gonna write this down. All right, so across on the top, it should be the same. Let's see. I've got, 33 and a big 5/8. Just wanna make sure the sides are good again. So not bad. So this is basically nice square window. So let's go over to the saw, make some cuts. Alrighty guys, so here's what's the situation. So this is basically the material right here. These 1x8 boards. Just picked them up at Home Depot. They're like 20 bucks each. Not bad. So I've got an extra one just in case I mess up. Because you know what? Sometimes I mess up. If you look on the floor, you can't see it, and I'm not going to show you either. There's a bunch of boards I messed up from one of the other windows. I got my table saw handy here, and I also got my miter saw ready to rock and roll. So I'm going to basically get those first cuts done, and then we'll take them to the window, and I'll show you kind of the next steps that I do. All right, guys. So I'm actually going to cut these a little bit long, because it's better to cut a little bit long than short, because you never get that back, right? So I'm looking for the nice bits. There's a big chunk missing here, so I'll chop this off and take my measurements at 33 and 5/8 big, whatever it is. I'm gonna cut it, like I said, just a little bit longer, then we'll go back, massage it. So I'll probably come back and forth a few times to the saw, but we'll start with that first. Safety first, guys. As always, I got my goggles here. I'm gonna put some earplugs in. Okay folks, so I got all the pieces cut to the right length. I double checked them inside the openings over there, and this is kind of like what I'm working with here. So as you can see, this box is what I was talking about, and then the casing, you can find some casing pieces. There's some random ones here. So like the casing, I'll put on top like so, bang it in all four sides, pick this whole piece up, and then throw it in that window. And because I've built it like this, I can make sure it's all square and stuff. And it has a little bit of flexibility because, you know, I need that because I don't know if that's fully square or not. I can put it in, I can shift it, I can raise it, I can lower it to make sure everything's nice and flush. So now what I'm gonna do is take these pieces, because I haven't figured out the depth yet. These are 1x10s actually. I made a mistake. I said earlier they're 1x8s, I think, but they're not. They're 1x10s, so my apologies for that. So now I gotta go in, subscribe it, and then cut these off, probably with the skill saw. I prefer using the skill saw, much better with it. And I'll show you how I do that. I use a combination square, which is this guy right here. You can pretty much use any straight edge. I just prefer using this, the combination square. This is your best friend for stuff like this, and I'll show you how I use it. All right, so one thing to also do, and I recommend, is actually labeling the pieces, so you know what's left, right, what's top and bottom, because it gets really easy to confuse things. So I know that the bottom is this way because I labeled it, and I put it on this ledge right here, get it so it's nice, you know, where it's supposed to be. What I do is then, with this combination square, I'll set the depth, put it up against that piece that's already in there, flush against it, nice and tight, tighten that up, make sure we're good, and then I just transfer that mark onto this piece right over here, and we're good to go. The nice thing about using this is like you'll get it bang on, like you just, you know, like I said, you put it up against there, set your gauge, and then you're obviously cutting the back side of this, so you put this on the front, like so, mark it, do the other side the same way, mark it, line across, and you can use whatever saw you want to rip it right across. And we do the same for all these pieces. You don't need to see me do that, but you get the idea with just this one piece here. I'm gonna do that, get them all done, rip them, and then we'll put the box together. So I got all the pieces marked out. Just gonna cut these out. Just gonna use the skill saw, clamp this board on with a straight edge. So I'll just measure whatever the blade length is away. I think it's 4 inches on my skill saw. Nick these off, put them together, and then get the trim on, box it in, and then we're good to go. So I'm gonna cut these off right now. Okay folks, so I've got my piece here. As you can see, I've got a guide, which I've got some clamps on. And I'm going to take my skill saw right here, cut this off. I'm gonna do the same for all of them. So I'll cut this one off and then put it together. Should go fairly good. I mean, if you use that combination square method and you do it right, without fail, it should work. So I'm gonna cut these out quickly, get them done, bang them together, and I'll show you the box. Hey guys, that's all done. I got the box kind of resting in its place. I'm gonna glue and nail it together. So I'm gonna use just some wood glue. I got my brad nailer here. These are 18 gauge 2-inch nails. And then with the pieces of trim, I'm gonna have a 3/16 reveal. Again, I'm gonna use the combination square, and I can show you guys how to do that. Mark it out, and I'm gonna use 1 and 1/4 inch nails for the trim onto that. And then when I mount it into the cavity there where it's the final resting places, I'll use 2-inch nails to gun them all the way around. I'll show you guys that in a second, but let's get this going. I'm ready to nail this stuff in, and I'll kind of show you what I'm using. Just LePage. This stuff right here is just normal glue. I've got my Ryobi Nailer here. This is the 18 gauge, got 2-inch nails in here. So I'm gonna glue all these, gun them in, and I'll put the casing on it right after. So let's start. Okay, box is all done. So what I'm gonna do is take this combination square and set it to a 3/16 reveal. And it's really easy to do. Just go up here, set it to 3/16. That's the reveal I'm gonna have. Right there, tighten it, and then all you do is you go around, mark 3/16, like so. I'll do a couple of here so I can make sure I'm in line. You know what I mean? Like so, go all the way around, kind of like so, like so. And then I'll cut my first piece of trim, kind of get it where I want it, and then I'll bang the other two up, and then we'll put it up, done, and then we can go home. I'm gonna put these on first because then I gotta measure the other side and cut those, but it's easier to get these ones in, so I'm just using 1 and 1/4 nails with my brad nailer. I'm just gonna get it tacked in, and then once I get up to the other area there, once this is in, it'll be a lot easier. You'll see what I mean. How easy this bangs right into place. So I just want to get this nice and snug right on the line. Somewhere there. That's done. Now is the moment of truth. This is the box. It's all done. This is the top right here. I don't want to break it. It's bloody heavy, but this is it. Let's go put this in the window and see if this fits. It's time. I got everything there that I need to do. Got my nail gun with 2-inch nails. Let's hoist this up there. See if it fits, shall we? It's gonna be a bit tricky because I'm not exactly 7 foot tall either. So let's get on this ledge here first. And then, oh. Let's get. Oh, yeah. Look at that. She fits. Fits like a charm. Oh, awesome. Considering how bad this window is, I can shift it over a touch. This is nice and square. This is nice and square. This side can be pushed in a bit, so we'll figure that next. But looks pretty good. Let's nail this in. I'm tacking right here for now because if I press this in, it gets pushed in. So I need to shim the bottom of this, which I can do. This is actually pretty good, so I can nail this one in. Actually, no, I can't nail that one in either. But I can nail it in right here. Just so I can tack it in so it doesn't go anywhere. And yeah, I'm actually happy with that. I'm gonna see if I can push the top up a bit. Bottom's level. Looks good. Happy with that. Close up. Looks pretty good. Like I said, just a couple of tacks for now, and then we'll nail that in permanently. But I gotta shim it first. It's like 10 o'clock at night. I'm pretty much done. I'm happy with this. Filling, caulking, all that sort of stuff. Worry about that later on. Painters will take care of that. But yeah, so this is how you case a window. Box it on the ground with the sill and the sides and the casing and everything already there. So again, I'll leave a link in the description of whatever tools I can find and put them in there. And this was 1x10 primed MDF, 5/8 of an inch thick with, what is this? 3.5 inch casing, again MDF. 2-inch brad nails, 18 gauge nailer with 1.25 inches for going around the casing into the wood. So yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I'm tired, I'm ready to go home. But I want to say, if you watch this vlog for the first time, thank you very much, I appreciate it. Please subscribe, part of the family. If you want to see more vlogs just like this, please click on the on the sky. Of course, to my peeps, be you, stay optimistic, enjoy the rest of the night. Here's a big high five from me to all of you.